So why was it important for you to have a deaf director in particular for your documentary?
It was important for me to have a deaf director because you're talking about a deaf subject. You need a deaf lens. You need an understanding of what my story is all about as a deaf person. So I didn't want anybody to go, oh, okay, I don't understand this. Let me use this as a learning process. Let me use this as a, I mean, there was none of that. She could just go like, oh, what do you think she was, how do you deal with how do you film sign language? What's your experience? None of that was there because we could just go right in, jump right in, feet first. Shoshannah, gets it because she went through the same thing I did. And it having to do with language deprivation, the understanding of, because she's also an actress too. She's worked in Hollywood. She knows the game, and we happen to be friends. So there you go.
And you guys have worked together before on projects. So what was it? What was that working relationship like with her in the director's seat, and you as the subject?
It was great. It was great. She's fabulous. She's fantastic. I can trust her 100%. And she's just too fun. She's just too fun. And it can be dangerous sometimes when you're too fun on the set. But she grounds me. She grounds me. I trust her. And there was no hesitation on my part working with her at all. I didn't have anything to worry about. I put my trust in her 100%. She's just great. Just made me grounded. I could say anything, and I mean, she's like family to me.
And I'm sure that made the process a little bit less nerve-wracking that you had someone you trusted so completely.
I wasn't nervous at all. I wasn't nervous at all. Not one bit.
I have a fun question. So, what have you enjoyed so far about Austin in general, and then about South by Southwest in particular?
I just got here last night, so I haven't really had a chance to really explore. I've never seen so many food stalls and restaurants. It's hard to choose. But I'm looking for merch. I want merch. I have 4 kids and a granddaughter. I need to bring home merch. I can't go home without it.
Bring home that
I love the general energy of South by Southwest, the people, the vibe. It's nice. It's really cool. And the weather's great today. So there you go.
Why was it important for you to tell this story, to tell Marlee's story?
Okay, that's when I got to read all my films.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
I mean, I feel like it's a story that's existed in me for my whole life. The first time that I saw myself being represented on TV, I was 7 and I saw Marlee Matlin win her Oscar. And I saw the kind of questions that she had to take from people and from press, and she's always seen that.
Yeah, we were both talking.
I think that she's always had to see those types of questions. And I think she's wondered, is this how it's supposed to be? But when you're the first, it also means that you're alone. And so you don't have anyone else to be like, is this really what it's like? Like safety in numbers, I think as a woman, we know that all too well. And so when you're the only woman in a room, you are looking for other women to start to feel safe. And so she has inspired me. Marlee Matlin has inspired me. When I saw her, I was like, I want to become an actress too. And I was lucky enough that did happen. But then when I became an actress, I started to realize who's telling our stories. And why do we just accept that those are the stories that define us? And so I became a writer, and then I realized, oh, there's more to writing and more to that job too. And Marlee decided that she wanted me to direct a film about her life. And I knew that she chose me for a reason.
Perfect. So this is your directorial debut, as I understand it. It's amazing. So what were your takeaways from this project as a director?
I think, again, who is telling the stories, I think, is what really matters. And what really matters is that you also stay true to yourself. Because when I found out, oh, I got this job, I was like, okay, I'm going to direct. And I watched a lot of other documentaries and realized that a lot of documentaries for a long time have been sound-based because all documentaries have been directed by hearing people. And so then I realized in order to tell stories the way that they're supposed to be told, I mean, I kind of have to reshape the form of documentary itself. And so I knew that I had to find the right type of team who was going to be able to see that as an opportunity and not as a challenge and not as a barrier. And so that's why I chose a mostly female-led team, because women are used to existing in a world that isn't built for us. It's not made by us. And so it's really just making sure you stay true to yourself, and even if you haven't told your story before, it still has value.
So I guess that leads into my next question. What do you hope audiences take away from this documentary?
I really hope that the audience takes away what they do. I really have enjoyed talking with audience members after the film, and everyone's takeaways have been different. And I feel like I learn more about the film by learning what audience members have learned. And every time I watch a movie, I've really learned more. And people make connections, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that myself. Oh. And I think it's just, there is something beautiful about experiencing films or the way that other people experience life.
Perfect. And then here's a fun one. So what have you enjoyed? What have you enjoyed so far about Austin in general, and about South by Southwest in particular?
Well, this is my first time at South by Southwest, and so I'm like, wow, I got here last night, and I love Austin, but I've never been to South by Southwest. It is huge. I mean, wow, there's so much to offer here. I always have loved Austin, and I mean, what is there not to love? So I'm just really looking forward to experiencing more of South by Southwest.
Why was it important for you to be a part of this project?
Thank you so much.
Well, it was important to me to be a part of this project because Marlee is such a big influence on my life. If it wasn't for Marlee and the role that she had in Children of a Lesser God, I don't think I would be here. That same role is what gave me my acting start.
What do you hope audiences take away from the documentary?
That is such a hard question. There are so many takeaways. I have to narrow it down to one. Let's see
you can
here.
give a couple.
Okay, fine. First of all, I was just speaking with Shoshannah, the director of this film, and what I loved was how the camera angles that were established. We saw two women signing to each other from the profile, and for me, that was huge because it actually, usually when you see sign language on the screen, you only see it from one angle from the front, and it's something very stiff about that. And I felt that this was done by a deaf person behind the camera. We were able to show what's more capable to do with sign language and dialogue specifically. And another takeaway, the strength of the deaf community. You know, we've been around for a while, we're here to stay, and we're gonna keep pushing until there's plenty of space for all of us.
And a fun question. So I heard it's your first time at South by. What have you been enjoying so far, and what have you enjoyed about Austin in general?
Well, Austin is my hometown currently. I live here, and so I love being able to get dressed up for the red carpet and have warm weather for a change, which is nice. And it's been so enjoyable about South by Southwest or moments like this, being on the red carpet with two other amazing, fab, deaf women.